Hello, students. We are going to start chapter 12, Time and Motion. In this chapter, we are going to learn about measurement of time, speed, and distance time graph. In measurement of time, when the clocks were not discovered, that is, in ancient time, when there was no time for measuring the devices, such as clock, people relied on the natural phenomena to keep the track of time. How they used to find day, night, month, and year. Day. The time interval between one sunrise to the next was considered as day. From one sunrise to the next sunrise, they considered as a day. Night. The time interval between one sunset to the next immediate sunrise was considered as night. Month. The time interval between one new moon and the next was considered as a month. So, month was considered from one new moon to the next new moon. Year. The time taken by the earth to complete one revolution was considered as year. So, year in year, they used to see the seasons. So, in this way, they used to find out time, but it was tough for them to find out the time. So, with this led to the invention of clocks. So, the first clock was sundial. Sundial is nothing but it is a circular plate with triangular metallic plate called as gnomon fixed at the center, pointed at an angle. Okay, sundial has a circular plate. Okay, with a triangular metallic plate. A triangular metallic plate is present at the center, which was called as gnomon, and this gnomon was pointed to at an angle. The device is placed in the open sunlight in such a way that gnomon points towards the north-south direction. Okay, it was placed in the sun to find out the time so that gnomons point towards the north and south direction. The major drawback of using the sundial was that device cannot be used in the night or on the cloudy day. This was the major drawbacks. This sundial cannot be used in the night and during the cloudy days during the rainy season. Next, after the sundial, sand clocks were discovered. Sand clock is also known as hourglasses. It measures the passage of few minutes of an hour of time. It has two vertical bulbs glowing, allowing a regulator to stand from the top to bottom. Once the bulb is emptied, it can be inverted and begin the timing again. So, in the sand clock, as the word sand clock, it contains sand. It contains two bulbs. In one bulb, the sand was placed, and this sand from one bulb goes inside to the other bulb slowly with the passage of time. Okay, so in this way, if the first bulb in the top bulb is emptied, it can be inverted and again begin the timing again. Then the pendulum clocks were discovered. The pendulum clocks were based on pendulum. What is a pendulum? A pendulum is nothing but a simple metallic bob suspended from the wrist by a thread. Okay, it is suspended from a wrist stand. It is nothing but a metallic bob. This bob is tied with a thread and suspended through a stand. The rest position of the bob is called as the mean position. The bob which is at the rest position, this is called the mean position or equilibrium position. When displaced, the bob of the pendulum undergoes to and fro motion. Now the bob is moved to a certain distance and it is left. Then it will go up to and fro motion. The pendulum has said to be completed one oscillation when the bob moves from one extreme position to the other and again back to the extreme position. So pendulum, when it goes to the extreme position, then it moves to the mean and again goes to the extreme. Again it comes back to the mean and again it goes to the extreme. So this kind of motion is called as to and fro, and we say that one oscillation has been completed. So, time period. The time taken by a pendulum to complete one oscillation is called time period. What is time period? The time taken by a pendulum to complete one oscillation, how much time it has taken, that is called as time period. The time period of simple pendulum varies with the length of the thread. So time period depends upon the length of the thread, but it does not vary with the mass of the bob or with the distance from the mean position. So it depends only on the length, but it does not depends upon the mass nor upon the distance. Next, periodic motion. The oscillation of simple pendulums are periodic. What are periodic motions? Periodic motions are nothing but that repeats themselves after the fixed interval of time. Like in pendulum, it goes to the extreme position, then mean, again extreme. So this continuous motion is called as periodic motion. The oscillation of a simple pendulum is a periodic, that is, they repeat themselves after fixed interval. Such motions are called as periodic motion. After the simple pendulum, quartz clock was discovered. With the invention of the quartz clock in 1921, the quartz clock in 1927 was discovered. Timekeeping accuracy was highly improved. Okay, replacing the pendulum clock. So quartz clock was discovered in 1912. After that, it was started giving a accurate time. Next, atomic clock. An atomic clock is a device that uses an electronic transition frequency in the ultraviolet region of electromagnetic spectrum of the atoms as standard. The atomic clocks are most accurate for keeping the time devices. So atomic clocks are the most accurate clocks which tells us the correct time. Next, speed. The distance covered by a body in a unit time is called as speed. What is speed? Speed is nothing but distance covered in a unit time. So this speed can be denoted by kilometers per hour. But the SI unit of speed is meters per second. So speed is always denoted by kilometers per hour, but its unit is meters per second. Every vehicle has a speedometer and an odometer. The speedometer indicates the instantaneous speed. Okay, that is distance, how much distance it has covered covered by a body in a unit time, and the odometer displays the distance traveled. The speedometer tells us the speed of the vehicle, whereas the odometer displays the distance traveled by the vehicle. So speed is distance covered by the body in a unit time. Next, uniform and non-uniform motion. If an object covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, it is to be moving then with the uniform speed. We say that it is moving with the uniform speed. If an object covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, for example, if an object covers 10 kilometer in 1 hour and again 10 kilometer and in 1 hour, so we say that that kind of speed is uniform speed. Non-uniform speed. If an object covers unequal distance in equal intervals of time or equal distance in unequal intervals of time. Suppose 5 kilometers in 20 minutes, again 5 kilometers in 15 minutes, again 5 kilometers if in 15 minutes. So equal distance but time is not equal. First it has taken 5 minutes, then 15 minutes, again 15 minutes, again 20 minutes. Time is changing but distance is same. So we say that that kind of speed is called as non-uniform speed or varying speed, or equal distance in unequal intervals of time. Okay, then it is said to be called as non-uniform speed. Then average of the speed, that is total distance traveled by total time taken. What is average speeds? That is total distance traveled by total time. Distance time graph. If an object is stationary with respect to the time, then we get a horizontal line on distance time graph. Okay, now we draw a graph between distance and time. Time is taken on x-axis and distance is taken on y-axis. Time is increasing, but the distance is same. Then the time increases to the right, but distance does not change. Then we represent the graph in this way. So this is distance time graph when the object, if an object is stationary with respect to the time. Object is stationary, object is at rest, but time is increasing. So we get a straight line. Next, if the object is moving with a steady speed, that is, it covers equal distance over equal intervals of time, like in 5 minutes 5 kilometer, in 10 minutes 5 kilometer, in again 15 minutes more 5 kilometer. So equal distance in equal intervals of time, then time increases to the right. See, time is increasing towards the right and distance increases. Distance is also increasing in steady with the time. Then the distance time graph for the uniform motion is a straight line. Then the distance time graph is a straight line. Last, if an object is moving with the different speed, like in 5 minutes 5 kilometer, after 5 minutes again 7 kilometers, after again 5 minutes 10 kilometers, so time is the time is increasing, but the distance is varying. Time increases to the right and distance also increases, but unsteadily with the time. Then the distance time graph is a curve. So in this way we represent distance time graph of 3 different time and distances. Till here your chapter has been completed. Thank you.